Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. Greatly appreciate you guys for stopping by tonight. You are live during the Kill Zone, baby, where the Night Watch Zone and KillJoy Jake come together and we discuss a bunch of crazy horror movies. Night, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing really well, man. And I noticed that you had this listed as Killzone Resurrection. Was that was that on purpose?
Oh my God, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Well, I thought it would be funny. Like every time I've emailed Night about Killzone, like it's been like Killzone 3, Killzone 4, something like that. So I'm like, oh well, now we're at the part of the franchise where we're getting into the weird sequels. So Killzone Resurrection. The next one's gonna be like Afterlife or Bloodlines, something like that.
I love that, man. No, seriously, that's great. Oh my God.
I thought you would get a kick out of that. So
Yeah, that's great, man.
Oh man, yeah. So we're doing the resurrection stream. What does that mean? I don't know. This is a fairly new thing, but yeah, there we go. So
yeah, we'll just figure it out once we get there.
Yeah, I like that. That's been the vibe of this. I feel we'll figure it out as we go along.
Yeah, I'm good with that though.
Yeah, that's fun. That's always fun. What what are we talking about tonight, ladies and gentlemen? 5 sequels that we think are better than the originals. And before we get into all of that, I of course want to say hi to some of the wonderful folks at home hanging out with us. We have Paula Fitzhenry out there. What's up, Paula? Ayo, ayo. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. King Matthew III is saying, how are you doing tonight? Unfortunately, I can't join the stream because I'm at work, but I wanted to pop in and say, hey, it's all good, King Matthew. You popped into both streams, even though you were busy today, and I greatly appreciate that. So thank you for being with us. Thanks for joining us today. So much love to you, my friend, and I'm sorry you got to work. It's no fun. Never a good time. Erica's also with us. Thanks for being a channel member, Erica, and modding. Erica's on double duty tonight. We love it. Appreciate you a ton, Erica. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Gory Tiger, what's up? Welcome in. Night, are you still with me? You look frozen. He is frozen. Okay. I was just like, he's not moving. Oh man, that's not good. Well, maybe Night will be with us again at some point. I'm going to keep saying hi to the wonderful folks out there. Gory Tiger, thank you for being with us tonight. Greatly appreciate you a ton. Night is gone. Night is no longer with us. That's okay. He'll be back. He'll be back, I'm sure. Horror B is saying, hey everyone, what's up, Horror B? How are you? Welcome in. Thanks for being with us. I love your ghost face mask. Very nice. I have a few of my own, as you can see. Mikey is saying, hey all, what's up, Mikey? How's it going? Thanks for being a channel member, dude. Welcome to the Kill Zone. 50% of the Kill Zone, that is. Chris Schober is also with us. I just realized I don't have my phone, and he's probably like messaging me something. He's probably like, hey, sorry I just dropped out. Not Chris, if you're just joining us. The Night Watch Zone is supposed to be with me, but he's gone. He's missing in action. We don't know what he was just here a minute ago, and now he's gone. Chris, thanks for being with us. Hello. What's up? Hi again, Mikey. What's up? I clicked on Mikey again. Me and Mikey, we're vibing tonight. What's up, dude? How you doing? Emo Nerd Girl is saying, hey guys, what's up? Emo Nerd Girl? Welcome in. We appreciate you. Art the Clown is saying, hello, you're back from the water park, I see. Oh yes. We're back. We got 3 stars at our water park today, ladies and gentlemen. Very exciting stuff. So if you haven't subscribed to the gaming channel, we're currently playing Water Park Simulator as well as some other really fun games. But also, we're about to be playing the Terrifier game next month when it drops at the end of November. We finally got a release date, which is really exciting. So that one I'm really excited to get into at some point soon. Am I going to be doing an It Welcome to Derry Season 1 Episode 1 review? Absolutely, yes. It's going to be a weekend of reviews, baby. So I got a review for, Dream Eater tomorrow. Sometime this weekend, we're doing a review of Shelby Oaks, and then a review of that will be Monday morning. So lots of 3 reviews in a row, baby. It's going to be nothing but review, Chris. So that's coming up here. Nightmare Files saying, what up, team? What up, Nightmare Files? What's going on? Mikey is also, I want to point this out. Mikey's saying Killzone 3, The Hardening. So I just figured out why it's called Killzone Resurrection, guys. It's because Night is missing in action. And we're gonna resurrect him through the power of the stream, guys. So I need everybody to chant Night Watch just at your homes. I don't care if you're with other people. I need you to chant that. Or kill zone, kill zone, kill zone. If you guys just, it sounds like calzone. People will think you're trying to summon an evil calzone, and it'll be great. So we got to get hard, Mikey. We got to get hard. Everyone chant. I'm scared to pronounce that. How are you, my friend? I can't think of 5 horror sequels better than the original. Oh, but we can, and we'll get into them very soon here. I'm excited for it too. It's gonna be fun. Michael Evans is already on it too. He's got a few. Dude, okay, pause. Return of the Living Dead 2, love that take. I love that take so much. Michael, you and I just became such great friends. I just hope you know that. Guys, we have resurrected the Killzone Resurrection, baby. What's up, Knight? How are you?
Okay, hold on. See, you took my joke from me, man, because I was about to say, how did you know?
I literally said, I'm not kidding, 30 seconds ago, I'm like, we found it, guys. We were on the same wavelength, Knight. Same wavelength. God. Are you okay? Are you alive?
My Wi-Fi is resurrected. That's what it is.
There we go. I was saving this for when you got back. Hollywood guy threw $2 in there to say Knight went night.
Okay.
Oh man, Hollywood guy, thank you for the 2. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in, man. Big old group hello to everybody, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get into this, Knight. I'm so excited. Since you were missing in action, why don't you give us your first take? A sequel that is better. Wait. Pause. I'm so sorry. I'm thrown off my game because I'm all excited. Okay. I wanted to start off by asking you the big reason I wanted to do this stream tonight.
I know.
You know where I'm going with this.
I know. And bro, I was so dejected this weekend. You have no clue. I have not seen it.
I'll shut up then. I'll shut up. I'll shut up. Guys, I want to say this right now for Mr. Nightwatch here. There will be no talk of Black Phone 2. I'm so sorry. We should have organized this a little better. Apologies.
No, that's okay.
I wanted to ask you, I figured you had been pretty up to date with a lot of the new releases. It's all good though. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it next time. We'll get into
it. Because we definitely will, because I'm guaranteeing it. Because last weekend, life just blew up everything. I'm going to tell you right now, Jake, when you get to the point when your family expands beyond 2, a lot of variables come into play with everything that you want to do as an adult. That's all I got to say. If you know what I'm saying, you know. But it's all good. I will be seeing it. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow night or Saturday afternoon. One way or the other.
I'm especially excited to hear your take on it because I have thoughts on if it's better than the original or not, or just how it stands as a film, and I'm excited to get into it with you. So that'll be fun. We're just it's gonna be a little teaser for the next time we talk. You know,
I love it.
I love that. But yes, we are talking like about. Now, it doesn't have to be like exactly like the one sequel, like the next sequel afterwards. I think just a sequel that tops what came before.
Either way, man, like I said, I got like a dozen.
Rock on. I thought you froze for a second there, and I was like, oh no, not again.
It's funny because I thought you froze for a second. I was like, wait a minute, is he messing with me?
I should just go like,
no.
Just for a little bit. Yeah, no, just messing with you. Okay. All right, Knight, you have the floor, my friend. Hit us with your first take. What is a sequel that is better than the original?
All right. So, I've got a couple on here that I almost have a feeling that you might. So I'm going to try to do what I usually do. And I'm going to start with a movie that I was just talking about the other night that I think it's better than the first film, and I'm gonna go with The Devil's Rejects.
Ooh,
I think that it's better than. I really love Devil's Rejects. I mean, I think House of a Thousand Corpses is a good movie, and I enjoy it. I mean, I'm not saying that it's like, super crappy to. So good at, I just feel like it's a better film. So that's the first one I'm going with.
You were cutting in and out just a little bit there, right at the end.
Crap.
I'm so sorry.
The last no, actually, I'm sorry. The last thing I was saying was is I just think that as a film, it was able to showcase all of the great things that Rob Zombie can do, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's a more cohesive story. I feel like it's better shot. Now, granted, there were things that went on behind the scenes for House of a Thousand Corpses, so people that love that movie and know about it, they know that story. But we can only judge these films based upon what we've seen. So I just think Devil's Rejects is just a better film.
Dude, I'm very much so with you on that one. I've heard it described, and I bring this up every time these movies get talked about, but I just love this analogy that House of a Thousand Corpses is like the acid trip and Devil's Rejects is like the hangover essentially. And
Yeah,
I think that second movie, it's a little more iconic. It hurts a little more. It is so much more brutal. And
yeah,
that ending, the ending of that movie is just like, it's the cherry on top. It's like the best thing I think, Mr. Rob Zombie has ever directed, like by
mhm,
far.
yeah,
And I don't know, it's just, it bangs, and it's just like such a great 1-2 punch of a movie franchise. And there's
yeah.
not a third one. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, now I will say it's obviously the weakest of the trilogy, um, but I do see what he was going for. Of course, obviously the whole thing with Sid Haig. I mean, that was, what are you gonna do? I mean, they gave the best shot, and I give him a lot of credit for doing what he could do. Um, but yeah, it's the weakest of the three, easily. It really is. The Devil's Rejects, man. Like I said, it's just it's just complete. It's just complete. It's his best movie. It showcases all the things he's great at. Um, I wish he did more films kind of in that vein, kind of that gritty 70s era throwback exploitation type of vibe. I mean, it's just the cast is crazy. I mean, the cast is ridiculous. I mean, you've got PJ Souls, Ken Faree, Michael Berryman, um, tons of great character actors, and I do appreciate that about him. I think there's been other films as he went along and got more experience. I think there's other films that had great concepts and may have had parts or moments that were very strong or maybe as strong as Devil's Rejects, but I don't think anything as a whole um, was better than Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, I hate to for the longest time I was like, I think I like House of a Thousand Corpses just a sliver better, but the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, I think the second one is just on paper it's a better film.
Mm,
But what
mhm.
I totally agree. I feel like when Rob Zombie is just doing his own thing, he thrives. So many people I feel know him just from like the Halloween movies or even that like the Monsters thing he did on Netflix, like
Yeah.
a few years ago. And for me, the reason I love him is because of these two films. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
love a lot of some of his other stuff is cool. Don't get me wrong, but like these two films are the reason I put him up there. Why he's in the conversation.
Hmm.
I also like 31 is another one that's great, but like again, you wouldn't have the love for these other films if it wasn't for these two right here. So
Yep.
I'm with you. I feel like this is a movie that just ever like it again. I think it's one of those things where it's arguable which one is better, but I think
Yeah.
this one is just like ever so like a sliver hair more than the original. I like it better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, House is great, man. I love House, and it's obviously more horror centric, in its vibe and so forth. So I do appreciate that. Um, but I think that, yeah, I just think, especially when you get to the third act, there's some things I really love about it, but there's some things that are kind of like, wait a minute, what? Why? W- Didn't what? One plus one is supposed to equal two, right? So I think that's where it kind of falls apart for me. And again, there was stuff going on behind the scenes. Whereas with Devil's Rejects, I think from the very beginning, all the way up to that last shot where it just cuts, I think it's prime zombie, prime
It
zombie.
yeah, it's you can feel him tightening up. I feel with the sequel where that first one is a little messy.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I totally feel you with that. I just Dr. Satan really just gets me every time in that first movie. I guess
Yeah,
just every
yeah.
time I see that visual, it's like, oh my god, this is crazy.
Yeah, I wish we had a little bit more of them though, and
Yeah.
I know that's always the thing, leave them wanting more instead of too much. but it just felt like we were building and we were building, and everything is really creepy as they're getting lowered down into the chasm, and we finally see him, and then it's like, yay, you know, and
Yeah.
it's like, I just wanted a little bit more. But it was a great buildup for sure. Like, first time I saw that movie, the whole time I was just kind of getting chills just saying his name or thinking of his name and his mythology, his legend. So that was a great job.
Yeah, and I think just another point to be made about Devil's Rejects is like, for me, if I hear the Leonard Skinner song in a horror movie now, it's just like, no, you can't do that. Like,
Yep.
you can't do that after the way that Zombie used it there. You're never going to do it better. You're just never
Yep.
going to use that. Never going to be a better use of that needle drop, I guess is my point than
Yeah.
at the end of that. But yeah, no, dude, I'm very much with you on that one. I think that's a great choice. Let us know out in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of people saying Scream 2 is one that is better than the original. That's a hot take. Let us know out in the chat what you guys think about sequels that are better. Do you think Devil's Rejects is better than House of a Thousand Corpses? Let us know out there. We're curious your thoughts.
That's right.
Anything else you want to throw out there about that before we move on?
No, that's pretty much about it. But like I said, it holds up so well. I literally just saw it a few days ago before we talked about it on Monday night Slasher Movie Club, and I've seen it many times. I saw it in the theater when it came out, but I'm telling you, rewatching it, it had been maybe like 2 years since I had last seen it, and it just kind of washed over me. I was like, oh man, yeah, that's right. And it's a film that still kind of makes me like, ooh, oh man, this is so intense. And that's a testament to Rob's directing, his writing, and also the cast, their performances.
I can't remember if I was telling you this on stream the other night, but I haven't seen them in a little while, and I got to revisit them. I think sometime maybe later on this month. I'm gonna go, at least the first two again. I'm gonna try out just because, dude. I mean, I probably the first time I watched them was when I first started this channel, and then I think I rewatched them when I got like the Blu-ray of them or something, like maybe a couple years ago. That was the last time I saw them. So I'm due for a rewatch, and I think they're great for this time of year. They do feel very like spooky season, Halloween vibes. So
Yeah, hell yeah. Especially House, man. Like I said, I almost wish I know I keep ranting about this thing, but I almost wish he could remake it. You know what I'm saying? Like without all of the obstacles and so forth, because it had a great aesthetic, it had a great vibe and style. A really good cast, obviously, a lot of our regulars in his movies. I'd love to see the full vision, the true vision without any obstacles, because it had good spooky season vibes. Really did.
yeah, oh yeah, no, without a doubt. No, rock on, rock on. What else? So I have a list that's a little more obvious, if I'm being honest, but I just like when you come into the conversation of sequels that are better than the original, I feel like there's two movies that like you have to have on the list. You know what I like? And you know the two movies I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna knock out one of these now. Terminator 2, man. I mean, come on. Listen, I actually do love the original Terminator, and I don't think it gets its flowers as much as it really deserves, because 2 is so fucking amazing. I mean, it's the best action horror movie maybe ever.
Yep.
But I feel like that original also is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, but T2, it is a better film, and it's a very easy example of just something that topped what came before it.
Yeah, I mean, Terminator 2 hits all of the corners. I mean, it truly does. There is not I've seen that movie so many freaking times since I was a little kid, and it just does everything right. And not only that, but like the Terminator is a great film. I mean, what James was able to do with $50 and a couple of ham sandwiches, shooting guerrilla style on the street, build out the mythology, but it's got a great story arc. If you think about the story arc for Sarah, for John, and even for the Terminator, this is crazy. There is a story arc for a friggin' machine. And for him to be able to weave all that together in a story, for 2 hours and 10 minutes or however long it is, maybe it's 220, but you get what I mean. While doing that at the time were so groundbreaking, like with the T-1000. It's phenomenal. I mean, that movie is just, it's a masterpiece.
And that's to me is another piece of the pie that I think just steps it up from part one is I can't remember the dude's name, Robert something.
Robert Patrick?
Yeah, Robert Patrick, thank you. As the T-1000, dude, when he's running and he's not breathing like that, I mean, it's such a little thing, but it is terrifying. I mean, I've heard people try to tell me that Terminator 2 isn't a horror movie, and I'm like, you're wrong. It's horrifying. Like, what are you talking about? It again, action horror, so I think that's where the mistake can be made because it is so like we're blowing shit up, you know. There's fire, there's gasoline, and all this. But dude, it is a scary movie, man. That is the T-1000 just in terms of concept is one of the scariest like horror villains I think out there.
Yeah, I mean the scenes where he was just taking people out when he took the vessel of Vasquez from Aliens as the stepmom and just basically like used the arm as a huge knife. I mean, there was some really brutal scenes in that film. And again, it's horrific and it does have horror in it. And you know, some people, you're right, because I've had this conversation too on live streams. You know, some people say, well, it's too much horror or it's too much action in it or too much sci-fi, but it's like, you know, it's horror. It's horror, you know, whether it's just 15% horror or if it's 85% horror, it's horror. When I was a kid, I was freaked out by the T-1000. I really was. So yeah, it's a great choice.
Robots killing people is scary, man.
Yeah, right?
Just like how dinosaurs eating people in Jurassic Park also, you know, makes it a horror film. It's a hill I'll die on. But no, it's a phenomenal film. It tops the original. And this is one of those cases, like I feel like there's some movies we're gonna get to one on at least on my list where I'm just like they blow past the original. I want to stress it enough that the original Terminator deserves its flowers. It is an amazing movie. I love the sequel and it's the best one without a doubt. But man, that original Terminator does rock too. So I think this is another one that's kind of neck and neck for me, but with a more clear winner of the sequel.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you, man. It's a great choice, and it was on my list too.
Oh damn, for real?
Yeah. Well, at the bottom, you know, because you know I was trying to make sure we had enough room. So
I gotcha. You just can't do a list like this without it. You know, like I was saying, you can't. Hollywood Guy, this is another great one, and I knew it would be brought up tonight. Hot take: I liked Evil Dead 2 over the original. Knight, thoughts on that, just real quick.
Well, that's on my list as well at the bottom as a possibility. I think Evil Dead 2. I mean, look, Sam Raimi, he had more money. You know, he had everything was better as far as the production and bettering it and so forth. The experience that he gained on the original Evil Dead. So I agree. I think 2 trumps the original. I think it's better pacing. You know, you also allow Bruce Campbell to have more character moments, more he was just more front and center, which I think that was good, obviously, for the franchise in this particular film. So I agree. I think Evil Dead 2 is better. I'll never forget the
Knight, you still there? We might have lost him again, fellas. I'm going to give it like 2 more seconds if he doesn't come back here. Okay, nothing. Okay, yep, no, he's gone. Okay. But anyways, to take it from where he's had it. Erica, I am I'm embarrassed to admit this, but yes, I am having a glass of wine. I never drink on stream, but I was having some wine with dinner. Here's what I'll say though about Evil Dead 2. I think that Bruce Campbell's performance better than the original. I think the pacing, like Knight was saying, better than the original. I also think in terms of where this one ends, better than the original because that ending is insane. For me, at least, that first one is so special to me. It's really one of the first horror movies that truly scared me, and still does today. And I think just for my personal preference, I love when things are just outright scary. Evil Dead 2, it is a little goofier to me, and that's not a negative thing by any means. That is what they were going for with the sequel. They didn't want to make the same movie again, because if they had just made a exact clone of it, but with more money, I don't think it would have been as good. And I'm glad that you have the slapstick humor, the over the top antics in Evil Dead 2. It is its own animal. Mr. Nightwatch is back.
The over the top.
He might be gone again. Oh no.
Am I?
Oh, you were you started talking and it immediately cut out again. I'm so sorry, man.
Dang. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if it's like the weather or what. Like, usually I don't have that much issue with the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry.
You're good. No, you're all good. I'm sorry that's happening. It sucks.
But I agree with you what you said about Evil Dead 2, about the over-the-top antics. I love it. I really do.
I do. So I love it too, and I think it's a great movie how it stands. I just think for me, like, I like the original more because it does scare me like a bit more. But I do think on paper, just Evil Dead 2 is a better film. Like, I think it's better. The writing's better. The performances are better. Most things about it are better.
Well, that's a fair point, because the original, obviously it's the first one, and I do think he probably made. I think he did leaned more into atmospheric. Back.
You kind of cut out at the end there again, Knight.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, dude.
I know, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
But yeah, I think the atmosphere in the original had more horror vibes for sure. Yeah, so it's a scarier movie in a lot of ways. I can agree.
Yeah, and I think he's frozen again. Just to take it from there, I think that I love both. Like, I think both are just phenomenal movies. And I don't think without Evil Dead 2, I don't know if you would have what many consider Sam Raimi's style, nowadays. And Army of Darkness, I think, even takes it a step further, which is wonderful. I love the entire Evil Dead franchise. Like, for me, there's not a weak link in the chain, like, without a doubt. I love every single Evil Dead film. They're all fantastic for what they are. Hollywood Guy, thank you so much for the $2. I greatly appreciate the support, and thank you for being with us tonight. Ty Lee's also throwing out a good one too. Night may be gone again, guys. I'm so sorry. Mr. Nightwatch Zone is having some troubles back at home. He's cutting out again. That's no good. That's brutal. I wishing Knight some love and some luck. I hope everything's going good with him. Ty Lee is saying Blood and Honey 2. Dude, I can't disagree with this by any means. I think Blood and Honey 2 is way better, like, in every regard. Blows the original out. I can't believe I didn't even think about that. I try to do different genres, and I have a bunch of different genres on my list, which it is Mr. Knight's turn. So I'm going to wait to see if he if he can make it back or not. I don't know what's going on. I feel so bad. Blood and Honey 2, though, I think biggest thing that they're able to step up in this one is they actually have a consistent story that just in every regard tops the original. The effects too. Oh my God. I mean, that is such a big step up. They literally bought Spirit Halloween masks, for that original film. And I respect it. I respect the DIY filmmaking, to just make something with hop, strike while the iron is hot. They had this opportunity for when Winnie the Pooh hit the public domain. Hey, let's make a slasher film and maybe it'll blow up. And my thing about this is a lot of people see it as cheap that these guys, did this, but like, they've really put a lot of effort into the rest of their collective universe that they've established now. And I've really enjoyed a lot of the stuff that they put out. Blood and Honey 2 was that turning point for me. I saw this film and I'm just like, damn, okay, like, that's like a Terrifier level slasher right there, man. I really appreciated that. I love the creature design. Scott Chambers as Christopher Robin gives a phenomenal performance in this movie. The kills are bloody and crazy. I don't know. Just I love Blood and Honey too, Ty. I'm very much so with you on this one. It's a crazy flick, dude. Thank you for the 5 and thank you for being a channel member. I greatly appreciate it. Everyone, send Wi-Fi vibes. We as a community will make his Wi-Fi work. We will. I want to see if Knight. I'm going to just like open up my email. I made the mistake of not having my phone on me for this. I really thought, I wasn't even thinking about nothing. I'm going to call my fiance just real quick. Hey, Madison, can you bring me my phone? You're so sweet. You're the sweetest thing. She's gonna bring me my phone right now just to make. I just want to make sure that Mr. Knight is okay, because I'm concerned.
I worked all day. I made you dinner.
I'm getting yelled at. Thank you so much. Ow, kind of hurt. Jeez.
I got you a glass of wine.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You're so kind, my dear. So much love. Guys, hey, I want W's in the chat for Madison right now. Round of applause.
I got you the sweatpants you're wearing.
I got you the floor you're standing on right now. Hey, thank you.
You can pick that up.
Yeah.
It picked up the burp.
Yeah, it picked up the burp. Yeah.
Okay.
This is an interesting show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. She's wonderful, though. Mr. Knight is back with us. This is
Maybe not.
This is. Oh God.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it is not lining up with the way your mouth is moving.
We've got a service outage.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible, dude. I'm so
trying to
sorry.
I'm trying to use my phone's hotspot, but I don't even know if that's going to be good enough because they're like, I don't know, it's some type of service outage.
Oh, that's brutal, dude. I'm so sorry. That it's all good though. If you're starting to catch up a little bit, like I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it to catch it. There we go.
Oh man.
Hey, we're just having fun on stream tonight, man. We're just having a fun time. That's all that matters.
I know. How about this? I'll put my camera off. That way that won't be distracting.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? There we go. Now I can see the guns. I got the guns in full display right now, so.
There we go. That's good.
Man.
Oh man.
So to get this back on track somehow. How do you feel? What is your second pick here?
My second pick that I'm gonna go with The Purge Anarchy.
Ooh, great choice.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's a great film. I think they built upon first film, and I love Frank Grillo in it. He's great. I mean, he's basically the Punisher in a horror movie. That's basically what The Purge 2 is, and I love it. Truly do.
For me, I just was not crazy about the first one. I walked out of the theater just thinking, you came up with this crazy concept that is so cool to make a home invasion flick. You know, like that was kind of just disappointing to me the first time I saw the first movie. And then I saw this and I'm like, this is what I wanted from from The Purge. That's it. You know, that is such a better movie. I feel like the majority of the films carry the spirit of that second film more than the original for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think, first film, they were just trying to get out of the gate, so to speak. And then in the subsequent sequels, they were able to build, stories into really interesting things with a little bit of commentary and just a very scary portrait of the world. Very scary portrait. But yeah, I think two beats the original in every single way, shape, and form.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I'm so with you there. That's easily my favorite Purge movie too, I think, out of all five of them. Frank Grillo
Mhm.
is such an excellent addition to this franchise too, I feel. Like I don't think I would even really care for it without him.
Yeah,
He,
yeah,
he's a total badass, and I just I anytime I see him in stuff now, I'm just like, hell yeah. I don't know,
yeah.
he's kind of turned into one of those like action, I don't want to say action hero, but like that's kind of how I feel about him. You know, I love seeing him
Mhm.
kick ass, and that's kind of one of the biggest attractions I feel to Anarchy and Election Night especially. Apparently he's coming
Yeah.
back for part 6 too, which I think is exciting.
Dude, I would love that to happen. I can't wait. I was so on board with him as a character in the second film that when I heard that the third one he was going to be back, I was just so pumped. I mean, like big time. And I think the third one is really good too. But that second film, whew, that's the one,
Yeah.
man. Like it is so good.
Yeah. Oh, dude, without a doubt. The Purge movies to me are 2 and 3. Like those are the ones I come back to the most. But yeah, no, I love the second one, easily the best, I think, without a doubt. That's honestly, I might be in the minority with this one, but I genuinely think most of the sequels top the original from that
Yeah,
franchise.
yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah, no, that is a great one. This, and you know, we've been talking a lot about some James Cameron movies tonight, and I'm sure there's more to come. Who knows? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But speaking of Mr. Cameron, Mr. Jim Cameron here, this is another movie he directed, believe it or not. Have you seen Piranha 2?
Yes, I have.
I'm with Hollywood Guy all day with this one, dude. Piranha 2 I think is better than the original. It's honestly, it is kind of what Evil Dead 2 is to the original. It's just a remake, but it's sillier in a lot of ways.
Right.
I love it. It cracks me up, man. Piranha 2 rocks.
Yeah, I think it rocks too. It is one of those films that you know going in, like, okay, this is definitely a sillier or campier vibe. But sometimes those make really good films, and this is a good example of it. It's a fun film. Like you just go, turn your brain off, and just sit back for the ride. And that's how I look at Piranha 2. The Spawning.
Oh my god, I forgot that was the subtitle. Dude, yeah, I love this movie. It's outrageous. The Piranha franchise I'm just in love with. Like these movies are outrageous.
They are.
Started by Roger Corman too. You know, can't
Yep.
fail to mention that name. Love that. But yeah, Piranha 2 rocks. I think I have a soft spot for Piranha 3D, as we've talked about very recently, interestingly enough. So that's
Yes.
probably my favorite from the franchise. But that's another franchise where I feel like most of them top the original. Not that the original's bad by any means, but I just really like what the sequels get themselves into when they're a little less taking themselves seriously, having a little more fun.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, it's the type of franchise. I mean, these are the types of movies that, again, they're just popcorn. Eat your popcorn, have fun, and then call it good. Don't try to overthink it. Don't try to have any logic in it because you're going to be disappointed.
It's angry piranhas, it's not like we're getting, crazy practical creature or something at the end. They're little fellas, they're not really that
Yeah,
scary, and I think that's kind of part of the fun.
yeah.
But yeah, Hollywood Guy, dude, thank you so much for the 2. Love that take. Big time. Very good stuff. So getting into the next thing here, I have another T2 on my list, believe it or not, but this is probably expected. Terrifier 2, I think, is another movie that just blows the original out of the water. Like, just wipes it off the face of the earth. Not that I don't like the original Terrifier, but everything that the sequel and even Terrifier 3 did, I think, are both just better than what came before. I feel like this isn't a crazy take.
No, it's not a crazy take, and that's why I waited, because I knew you had to have that on your list, and I absolutely agree. I think the second film, it just upped the game. Most importantly, I think it has a really good story. They were able to really give, I don't know, it was kind of like they gave a lot of soul to the characters and to the story, and obviously building out the mythology. And I thought that was a really smart thing for Damien to do, and I think it works. I really do. I remember when we saw it in the theater, I was really impressed with how he was able to craft a really good mythology, whereas one was lean and mean, and I like the first one, but this just has so much more that you can kind of sink your teeth into, pun intended.
I feel like with each Terrifier movie that we've gotten, it's just become something bigger each time.
Yeah,
And that to me is like, that's my draw, I feel. Because I mean, you can just watch the first one and have a good time with it. It's another slasher movie, you know. The standout is Art the Clown and his performance and the over the top kills, of course, which is great. But you not only get that with the next two films, you also get this really interesting story, this mythos, you know, going on with this character. Who is this guy and how does he keep coming back? You know, we got the little resurrection scene at the end of the original Terrifier, but what slasher movie hasn't done that already? You know, I think Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3, they build off of that in such unique ways that keep you guessing and don't give you all the answers so that you keep coming back for more. Like I'm foaming at the mouth for Terrifier 4 because I want some answers and I want to see what else happens, you know?
right. No, I know, and I can't wait to see how it all comes to pass because you know, Damien. Well, you know better than anyone that I know personally. I mean, Damien is just really keyed in character and this mythology that he's building out, and I'm happy that he's taking us in different directions. You know, because 3 was, you know, a lot different than 2, and I think and I really enjoyed 3. So with 4, I can't wait to see where we're going to go. I mean, we've literally the birth, you know, of our newest slasher horror icon, and that's cool.
Yeah, without a doubt. And that, I think, is another thing that has me so excited about just this whole franchise right now, because we don't like, you know, they're trying to make like the Grabber an icon and all that. And he maybe is, you know, now, don't get me wrong, but like Art the Clown was from the ground up. I mean, like he was nothing a few years ago, and now he is like literally the face of modern horror. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, he's a Fortnite skin now. That's like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound like it's much, but it's like, that's crazy. I mean, this is just a character that cameoed in a short film just 10, 15 years ago. And now he's leading like one of the most exciting slasher franchises out there right now. So to me, that's just amazing. And I can't wait to see where this franchise goes next. So 100%.
Hell yeah, man. I agree.
Hit us with pick number 3.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going a weird direction. We started talking about, you know, some foreign horror, you know, recent streams. So this is a part 2 of a trilogy that most people may not really know of or think of as a trilogy, but I'm talking about the Gates of Hell trilogy from Lucio Fulci. And I'm going with The Beyond as a better film than City of the Living Dead.
So I'm going to be so honest with you. I've only seen City of the Living Dead. I have not seen The Beyond.
Ooh,
I know.
bro.
And I love Lucio Fulci too. And I'm just like, fuck. I've seen I think it's The Beyond. Is that the film where the girl throws up her guts?
What do you want me? You want me to answer that?
I have. So the only thing I have seen from that film is a single scene of like some girl just throwing up like everything inside of her, and I think it was from that movie, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, I thought that was from City, but I could be wrong on that.
I'm not, dude. I don't know.
I think that's from City. I think that's from City of the Living Dead. The Beyond has the blonde lady who's blind, and so she big white eyes. She's blind in the film.
Yeah, I have not seen that.
It's an image that once you see her, you'll never forget it. Yeah,
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, you should check it out, man. It'll take you on a journey.
Hell, Lucio Fulci's somebody that I love and just have not gotten into all of his stuff. But tell me why you think you like that one more.
Well, I think that at least for me, it's like a fever dream. This film, don't try to make a lot of sense out of it. Don't try to put a lot of logic to it. And he has even said this himself. You know, his style is so visual and emotional. Like it's more about the feeling rather than like an intellectual breakdown of the film. Although I do think the story is it's a good story, but it just puts me in this odd feeling place. It's horrific, it's creepy, it's got atmosphere, it's got tension. Um, and the third act, I think, it's just great. When you finish this film, it's when I first saw this, then when I watch it even to this day, I just feel like, oh, it's like a gut punch.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
that was intentional by Fulci, but I think it's a great film. And then the third film in that trilogy is The House by the Cemetery, and that's a good one to check out as well.
I got to do more. I got to do a little bit of a deep dive into his stuff because I've seen Zombie and I'm pretty sure I've seen City of the Living Dead, but maybe I just confused that. I thought what's the one that takes place in like New Orleans? Is that City of the Living Dead?
I can't remember if it takes place in New Orleans, but The Beyond does. Either. Let me just check. I'm looking now.
Now I don't know anything. I'm just like, I thought I knew all of this, but
here's a question. Do you remember the priest that basically was unalived, and that was a part of the story?
Yeah, I'm reading about it now. This is the one I've seen. Yeah, because isn't it like there's a bunch of people and they're terrified about like a gateway to hell? Fuck, I barely remember this movie, dude.
All right, this is what you dude. You should just watch all three. Start with City of the Living Dead, and then go to The Beyond, and then House by the Cemetery.
Yeah, I don't feel confident to talk about this because I'm reading about this now, and I'm like, I thought I saw this, but I fuck, maybe I didn't. Fulci is somebody that I've always appreciated. Zombie, like you guys, if you are on the stream right now, you know how many times I have just talked about that. But a lot of his other stuff, I just never went and checked out. Like it's not because of a lack of interest. I mean, dude, just the way you're talking about The Beyond, I'm like, that sounds like it would. It sounds like I would love that, but I guess I've never gotten into it. But so The Beyond, how would you rank that trilogy? Just out of curiosity.
You mean, how do I rank that? You mean the films in that trilogy, 1 through 3?
Yeah.
It's tough, man. I love all three, but I would go The Beyond, and then probably City of the Living Dead, then the third one, House by the Cemetery.
Sick.
Yeah, but I love all three, and all three are different from each other. That's the other thing that's absolutely crazy. And you also have Kat McCall is in all three of them. The lead that was in, whichever film you have seen, the blonde lady who's the lead, she's in all three of the films, which is also pretty damn crazy.
Nice. Okay, well, I'm gonna rewatch them because I don't know if I even have seen them. And then we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna do a whole Fulci stream at some point. We're just gonna talk about this.
Should.
This is homework for all of you watching as well. That's wonderful. I want to say hi to Gory B Movie who's hanging out with us. What's up? I love that the thumbs up button turns into a screaming person. It does, so that's why you should hit it, y'all. Just saying. So, Gory, thanks for hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate you a ton. So much love. Okay, but diving into a controversial one, maybe. One that you will see fists fly through the air, I think. I love Smile 2 so much. For me, I just think it tops the original. I like the deceptive nature of it that it leans into a little more. And it just feels like like you want to talk about a fever dream. This is a movie where nothing is as it seems and is constantly collapsing in on itself. And it's terrifying. I think it just takes the concept from the original and focuses on all the more original things that I liked so much about it, where I know so many people have kind of called it a pastiche and just like a bunch of other ideas kind of grouped together. Sure, that is still present in Smile 2, but I just feel like focusing on the deceptive part of it, where it's like it's manipulating things happening in your life. That was my favorite thing about the original, the cat in the box, if you know what I'm talking about.
Mm.
Then the sequel is essentially that scene, but the whole thing. And I think that's what I loved about the sequel. That's why I put it above that. But where do you sit with that one, Night?
You know, it's tough because I like both of them so much. And they are different, even though, they follow basically the same type of story. Um, I think I like two because of the fact how it's just so focused, like you said, on the deception. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of takes you on that ride, and it doesn't let you go. It's very, very intense. And I think that's the great part about it. Whereas the first one kind of took more of its time, maybe because of the fact that it was building the mythology out, so to speak. But I love Sosie Bacon in the original, and I love Naomi Scott in the second film. But I do think that, like, Sosie was great in a lot of those scenes where she was just totally on the edge and just freaking out. And in the sequel, that was almost the whole movie for Naomi, is freaking out. So yeah, it's tough, man. I might edge out two a little bit though, and that's how I kind of felt after I first saw it, and then I'd kind of go back and forth and back and forth. But I could vibe with two being over top of one.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Are you so we're hearing that Smile 3 is in some sort of pre-production. Do
Yep.
you not to stray too far from what we're talking about here, but do you think that there's like do you have any idea what they might be doing for that, or are you excited for a Smile 3?
I'm very excited for it. I mean, it's great to see a franchise grow like this, and again, for us as horror fans, I mean, what more could you want? Both of these first two films, I think, were fantastic. So I'm super excited for a third one, and I think it's going to be so freaking crazy if it's going the way that a lot of people think, or any of the rumors. I mean, like, wow. I'm just so curious as to how it all ends out. It's like, what's gonna happen?
Oh yeah. I don't know where it could go next. I think there's a million different ways that you could do a Smile 3 after two left us off. And I think that's another reason why I love that one so much. That ending is just outrageous. That
Yeah.
practical creature, that's obviously there's a lot of VFX work with that. Let's be real here, but oh no. Oh no. Man. Guys, this is why it's called the resurrection stream. Y'all were like, why were they even making that joke at the beginning? See, this was planned. This was planned that Night would be dropping in and out. So get wrecked. You're wrong. No, I'm just messing around. Oh, Night is gonna love this. Not sure about you guys, but I liked Phantasm 2 over the OG. Ravager was crap. Just saying, and I like Child's Play 2 over the original Child's Play. Hollywood Guy, thank you for the 5. Night is back with us once again. He has been resurrected from the Wi-Fi grave. What's up, my friend?
Man, I'm wondering if that was like a jinx on this whole thing, man. Is like, I thought it was such a cool title for the this stream is the resurrection thing. It's like, oh man.
I cursed us, man. I'm so sorry. This is my fault.
No, no, it's not. It's totally whatever happened with the. I don't know if it, like I said, the weather, but we got a service outage, so I'm actually on my phone's hotspot. But yeah, I definitely can vibe with Phantasm 2 over the original. I think again they just kind of built out the mythology. They went balls to the wall. And Reggie Bannister, he gets his spotlight as the greatest middle-aged protagonist in horror movie history. I love him. I love Phantasm 2. I truly do.
Now, Ravager is crap, is what Hollywood Guy says. Thoughts on that? I'm curious.
Well, I actually enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, again, there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff with getting it made. They couldn't get the money, and they were trying to figure out how to do the production and this and that. Angus wasn't in the best of health. So there was a lot of things kind of going on. I like the spirit of it. I like what they were trying to do. I could see what they were trying to do with it, and I appreciated them kind of going full circle with their story. It's a very personal story, and actually sad in a way. So when I look at it like that, I can still have fun with it. It's the weakest. Well, I don't know. I haven't done a ranking of the franchise in a while, but it's definitely near the bottom. But I still have fun with it.
I asked in particular because I think I've told you this before. This is the only Phantasm film I have not seen. Is that final one?
Oh,
I went through one through
okay.
four, like maybe like I recently rewatched one, which is funny, but I went through one through four when I first like saw the franchise, and I just never got around to the fifth one. I'm not even really sure why, but yeah, this is the only one I haven't seen, and personally, I love the whole franchise so far. Like I don't.
Yeah.
There's some that are better than others for sure, and I'm totally with Hollywood Guy here. Two's my favorite without a doubt.
Hmm.
But three and four are really fun too. Like I really three
Yeah.
especially. I loved three. But five I just never got around to. So that's the one and they made that one like years later, right after the original
Yeah.
run.
Yeah. Because Don Coscarelli, they couldn't get the money. They couldn't get the money to get it made, and they didn't have really the studio backing them like they did in two, or even in three. But they found a way to get it done. And like I said, it was years later. So Angus was a lot older and he wasn't in the greatest of health. But I think it's really solid. And just to see these characters, I mean, these are characters in five movies through multiple decades. I mean, I got to give them credit for that because, as we know, that's a big thing. You don't usually have a group of characters that remain in a franchise for that long. We're talking, 40, 30 something years, I believe it was, from one throughout Ravager. So um, I think it's still solid though. I really do.
Rock on, rock on. Okay, I got that's another one I'm adding to my list. So we have all kinds of movies to watch. I love this. So Hollywood Guy, thank you for the five, my friend. I really appreciate it. That is a great choice as well. So I know we kind of got to wrap this up because we are running a little late. Knight, do you want to hit me with like a speed round of your next two?
Sure. Okay. So I have a little bit of a controversial one and one that's probably not too controversial. The first one I'm going to go with is nobody jump at me, especially anyone that watches my streams. I'm going to go with Friday the 13th Part 2.
I totally agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I just think Part 2 steps it up. We get Jason in the flesh, and he's doing a lot of great stuff. The kills, I think, they were good. I mean, you could argue that they were at the same level or maybe a little bit better, more so because the killer was in view. We actually saw Jason doing the killing. One of the greatest final girls of all time, and Ginny, played by Amy Steele.
Yeah.
I just think it upped the ante, and I put it ahead of the original.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. So many people are so excited to see the Pamela backstory in this new Crystal Lake series. I've
Mhm.
never really cared. I hate to say it, but Jason, he's my dude, and I'm way more interested in that character and where the sequels end up going. But yeah,
Mhm.
I
Yep.
think most of the Friday sequels are better than the original. If I'm being totally honest, I've seen the original Friday the 13th a few times now, and it's kind of just like you can really tell. Yeah, they were really trying to just rip off Halloween.
Yep.
And I don't know. I'm just not as into Pamela as I am. Jason is such a more interesting character, in just every regard.
Yep.
That's when it comes to Friday the 13th. That's what I'm interested in seeing, and seeing more stuff about the guy in the hockey mask, or I guess in this case the sackhead.
Yeah, I mean, granted, he wasn't able to fight that well, and neither was Paul. And I always joke about that in Friday too. But hey, it's okay. It's a setup for the hockey mask, and I just think it's better than the original. I love the original. It got me into horror, so it has its own place in my heart. But I just think with the second one, they basically said, okay, we've got our guy as well. You guys got your guy in Haddonfield. We got our guy in New Jersey. Let's go. So
And I know many people criticize the sack mask because it is just kind of like the same mask from The Town That Dreaded Sundown or whatever. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's creepy, man. There's this scene towards the end where they find Jason's hut. And you see him running at them through, like, you see him, like, Jason's running through the woods, through the window.
Yeah.
That is so scary to me. I don't know why, but like that whole little climax sequence, there's something really special about that to me. The severed head in the shed. I don't know. It's awesome. Yeah, Friday Part 2, I think, is easily my favorite of maybe even the entire franchise, which is crazy. I love that movie. Kills are better. I'm more invested in the characters. Killer's better. Just, I don't know. Friday Part 2, I'm so with you on that. I think it totally rocks.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Absolutely.
And the dog kind of survives.
I know. Oh my God, it's so true. I love the ending too. It's just great. Coming through the window and you're like, bro, you need to shave and cut your hair. Oh man, I love it. But my last one that I had on my list, another one that might be a little too easy to say, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm going with Final Destination 2 over the original.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And I love the original. I love all the movies. I mean, obviously there's only one that I think was, it was still fun, but it, is definitely in last place easily for me. But
4. Sorry.
what? Yep, you got it. Everybody knows. But I love 2 because you've got this group mentality, and I love the group dynamic. I think Ali Lauder is absolutely fantastic. I love her. She can do no wrong. AJ Cook as Kimberly, she was a good protagonist. And all the other characters, I think they were fun, and just seeing how it all worked out. I think it was. And look, man, who wants to drive behind a log truck anymore after seeing that movie? Nobody.
No. Oh no. It is, that to me is like the definitive Final Destination film for so many reasons. I have a single criticism of the film. I think it is incredibly iconic when it comes to just what you think of when it comes to Final Destination. It's the logs. My only criticism is I don't like how they're trying to connect it to Flight 180 survivors and just that event. Like, I like the third film's approach a little better, where it gets back to like, this can happen to anyone at any time who can just have a premonition, and then they're saved. 2 does a lot of, jumping through hoops to make that happen. That's my only, honestly, that's my only criticism. I love 2 is great. I honestly am with you in the sense that it is better than the original. I would even say that Bloodlines I liked better than the original too, but I don't know.
Agree.
You agree with that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. When I saw Bloodlines, I said, "Whoop! There's another one that just passed the original."
I mean, the character work alone, I think, in both of those films sends them above 1. And it's not that the characters are bad or anything in 1. It's just I'm so much more connected to the people in 2 and Bloodlines.
I agree. No, absolutely. There's no doubt about it in my book either.
Is your favorite kill from that franchise the opening scene from 2?
The log truck scene?
Yeah, just that whole
for
premonition.
Disaster. Well, it probably is. I mean, I really liked 5 was bonkers, and I thought 6 was crazy as well. Yeah, it might, I think it is. I mean, it's definitely iconic. Like I said, I honestly, every time I'm on the road and I see a log truck or any big truck with something that can move, I think of this movie. I truly do, all these years. So I'd probably say it's my favorite premonition.
I've asked a few people like about that too, and I get a different answer every single time, which is always cool. Like there's a lot to. I think all the movies start very strong, except for 4, of course. But that's a different story. No, that's a great choice. I love that because Final Destination was not one I even thought would get brought up tonight. So I love that. My hot take of the night is Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. I love that film to death. I think this is another one where it's just like a personal thing for me. I just like Hellbound just does it for me.
Mhm.
On paper, I feel like the original Hellraiser is a better film. I think it is just a better structured movie in terms of like what it's doing with its plot. But man, for what I want from Hellraiser, Hellbound just delivers on it. It starts in such a bizarre and scary place. All these
Mhm.
visions of hell and all these people who are trapped in cells. The one guy screaming, "Get him off me!" Like I
Yeah.
love that. That when you have horror movies that does weird little sequences like that, it does it for me big time. And there's a lot of just body horror, weird things happening in other dimensions, people being turned into Cenobites. When I
Yes.
think of Hellraiser, I think of Hellbound. Like that's where I'm at with this franchise. I'm curious your thoughts.
I've always said I think that these first two films in this franchise were so strong, and the third one isn't bad. I mean, I think it's more kind of average. Um, but man, how it fell off the cliff after three. I mean, you're going into space.
Yeah.
He's from hell. Why is he worried about space? You know what I mean? And like, I rant to say that this franchise could have been so much more because of the creativity that we saw in the first two films. And I think two is arguably better than the first, and I've said that many times myself. And imagery alone, because
Yeah.
obviously they're able to kind of go into bigger places, so to well, pun intended, bigger places, hell itself. But yeah, I could definitely vibe with that. It put it this way, it scared me more when I saw Hellraiser 2. I was like, okay, this is the real depiction here, man. It's like I do not want to go there,
Well,
So
and like the original Hellraiser, it's not even really about the Cenobites. You know what I mean? It's more about like Frank's
right.
whole story, like everything going on with him. And then the
Hmm.
Cenobites show up in the third act. Like it's a big moment. I think it's a great example of slow burn, wait and you're going to get something big. Like that original
Yeah.
Hellraiser certainly delivers on that. But the second movie is all about them. You know what I mean? You still
Hmm.
have that plot line about a character coming back, rebuilding herself and all that, which is great. I love that about these first two movies, especially.
Hmm.
But the Cenobites are just so much more up front and center. And I think that is just another reason why I'm like, when I think of Hellraiser, my go-to movie is easily the second one. And it's just, honestly, I would even go so far as to say Hellbound is like, it's a top 10 horror movie of all time for me. I love it. It hits all the notes, all the things I'm looking for in a crazy horror flick. Blood, guts, and gore, and weird mythology and crazy shit. There's even one of the funniest scenes with Pinhead of all time, and that's saying something considering where those sequels go.
It's
Do you
true.
do you know the scene where he's talking with Kirsty and he's like, I can't even remember how it goes in particular, but he's like, "No more bargaining. You're
Yes.
coming to hell with us." And then she's like, "But wait," and he's like, "Okay, go on."
Yeah, yeah,
Dude
yeah.
immediately falls for it. I'm like, Pinhead, what you doing, dog?
Right. You listen, Doug Bradley, he has such great presence. I love him in this role. I mean, and you're right, the way he says that, it's kind of like, you want to kind of laugh, but you're also like, okay, you want to listen to him. When he speaks, you listen. But yeah, that is a great scene. I love that.
Yeah, I just, again, don't get me wrong, I love too, but that scene, just every time I watch it, it cracks. Like, just, okay, go on. Like every time I
Go
hear that,
on.
tears in my eyes laughing. It does it for me.
Yeah, yeah. I just love some of the stuff they have him say in both of those films. Like, look, it's just absolute. You know.
He's diabolical. I mean, he just says some of the most like crazy evil and like it also feels so like foreign in the sense that it's like this is a demon being able to converse with human beings. Like this is what they would sound like and talk like. And I think Doug Bradley
Yeah.
especially just hits that on the nose with his performance and of course the great dialogue he's given from Mr. Clive Barker.
Yes.
Before we get into, I got one more and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Hollywood Guys throwing two out there saying Urban Legends 2 over the OG and the third is okay. Knight, real quick thoughts on that.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really dig the original Urban Legend. I don't know if I can go with that because and I just did a video on it not too long ago, and so I kind of revisited it and kind of went deeper into it. I really enjoy it, man. I think Rebecca Gayheart was fantastic, man. That third act, she was bonkers crazy. So I don't know, man. I'd have to still go with the original.
I enjoyed Urban Legends too. I will say that. Like I thought it was solid. It was fun. But yeah, that original it's and it's because of Rebecca Gayheart. I mean, dude, that killer reveal is phenomenal. Like I'm so bummed if I'm spoiling it for somebody because in terms of the Scream inspired slasher knockoffs, I feel like in my humble opinion, not a lot of them are very great. Urban Legends is the outlier. Like this has such a good twist. It is such a good like vibe and theme that it's going along with. And that first movie I just think does it the absolute best. I vibed with 2. 2 was fun. And maybe even feels more Scream than even the original Urban Legends in a lot of ways. Gets even more meta. But I don't know. I just that original, the killer performance from Rebecca Gayheart, I think just sends it over the moon. And also, Jared Leto was never in that film, guys. He made it very clear he was never in that movie. Never. No idea what you're talking about. So yeah.
Yep, it was a lookalike.
Just it was a lookalike. Yeah, someone that looked exactly like him at the time. All right, listen. I kind of knew we were going to get into some controversial territory with our takes here tonight. So I wanted to end this with one that I feel like most people agree with. Say it with me now. Aliens. Come on now.
Yeah. Yep. I knew you'd say it.
Now, this one is a little more of a debate, right? With the original, like a lot of people, the original Alien, fantastic. Aliens, also fantastic. And I feel like it's very neck and neck. But I feel like I feel like people could get into the idea that Aliens is a little better than Alien. But point being, it's a debate that will go on for the rest of time. It is a sequel that is absolutely amazing in terms of, what you want to make in a sequel that continues something from the original. It is a bit of a swing for the fences because it does do some different things, but it keeps true to what was so great about the original at the same time. So if you have an answer, because I think it's a tough question to answer, do you like Aliens more than the original Alien?
Well, I'll tell you this. Growing up, I watched Aliens so many times. I remember one summer, me and one of my buddies watched it almost every day. We wore out the VHS tape. So there's that. And I've kind of gone back and forth over the years. But I will say, I think Aliens gives you more. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean just, more aliens. But what I mean is, the story is more complex and deeper. Obviously the whole arc with Ripley, I mean, gosh, the parallels to motherhood and what she lost and what she's trying to keep and all of these things is fantastic. It's also one of those few movies where if you watch the extended cut, I think it's like almost 3 hours long. And it's one of those few movies I could go another hour and just be like, yeah, I want to watch more, because it's just that engaging and so much that you can enjoy in the cast. I mean, come on. What a wonderful cast. I mean, the first film obviously has a great cast too, but again, the second film, you were able to spend, time with them and the chemistry together. Michael Biehn, Bill Paxton. I mean, come on, Paul Reiser. This is crazy. Aliens, James Cameron, boy, I tell you, he's okay. I think he's going to have a good career.
He might go somewhere. He might make 5 movies about blue aliens on another planet. I'm shot in the dark. I don't know, but I really think, and it's a debate again. I think it's a debate that's going to go on until the end of time. But it's that chemistry between the characters that I'm glued to in Aliens. You can have some laughs in that film. We can have some fun, but it is also terrifying when they're in the ceiling, dude. Oh my god, like fuck that. No. I also think, and I think some of the other movies hit on this a little bit, but just especially in this film, they feel like bees serving a queen. You know what I mean? And again, maybe we get some notes of that in the Alien versus Predator films a little bit, but I just love that, especially in the third act.
Yeah. Where
the xenomorphs are just they feel like drones just, serving their queen. And that's such a scary evolution of, we only got to see one of these guys in the last in the last film, and to see them all just working in tandem like this, there is just something scarier about that to me, but also just more like again, there's more intrigue, there's more interest I feel in Aliens than even the original. And I'm not to say the first one's not intriguing or interesting. It is. Oh my God, there's so much to dig into there, especially with the company. But I feel like you have all these things that were so great about the original Alien, and then we're throwing more stuff on top of it, and somehow it all works. And it's one of those weird things that, like, most of the time, 9 out of 10, 99 out of 100 times, things like this don't work, where you just build on top of something else that was great in a sequel and you throw in your own thing too. But here it does, and it's a very rare sequel that I think just ever so slight, like just the even smaller than comparisons we were talking about before, I think does top the original for me personally. But I love them both. I think they're both amazing films. And I think again, it'll be a debate that goes on until the end of time about which one's better. There's really, I don't think there is a true like right or wrong here. If you think the original Alien's better, I can't argue with that because it is a masterpiece. Both films as they stand.
Agreed, man. And again, the thing about Aliens, how hard was it to follow up Ridley Scott and that film in 1979? It was just like such a huge mountain to climb, and James Cameron did it in such a smart way. He really built a story on top of what was already present. He went in his own direction, so he didn't copy Ridley. He had great characters, good character arcs, especially for Ripley. That was a great character arc. And like he said, when he came into the meeting about the film, and they were talking about doing a sequel to Alien, and he says, I'll tell you how we're going to do it. And he writes it on the board and he puts an S after Alien. That's how we're going to do it. I mean, this guy, he's truly the man, he's great. He's great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's no surprise his name was brought up a few times tonight. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love this film. I love the first two Aliens so much. And, I got to be honest, a hot take I really wanted to end this with is I think I'm starting to come around to Alien 3.
Ooh, that's cool, man. I'm really hyped to hear that. I've come around on it too, a lot over the years.
I've hated it for such a long time too, because of what it does to the ending of Aliens. But I watch it. I've seen it like maybe 3 or 4 times just in the last like year, and I keep coming back to it. And I'm like, there's something to this. I still don't know if I love it, but I will say I'm at the point where I'm starting to like it because I think it is an interesting and very, very bleak take on the franchise. I think it almost brings it back to the vibes of the original, but even like farther into it, if that makes sense. But I don't know. Yeah. I have very complicated feelings on Alien 3. I also feel like it's very like it's very edgelord. It's very like this is the darkest, most bleak alien film ever. Like, and it's got a little air of that too, which I don't know if that all works for me the entire time. But I'm fascinated with Alien 3. That's what I'll say. I'm fascinated with it.
I agree. There's a lot of good stuff there. I really appreciated them trying to go in a different direction. And of course, David Fincher, he doesn't really connect himself to it much anymore. And there's a lot of production stuff and all that. But even with all that being said, I think there's a really, really good, if not great film there. And it's definitely the one in the franchise I've grown to love the most over time. Because when I first saw it, I absolutely hated it. I went to see it in the theater and I almost walked out. Man. Yeah, that's how much I hated it. And then I kind of matured a little bit, and I'm just talking about me. I'm not talking about anyone else that still hates it, but just me. I just kind of said to myself, let me just watch it and just, take from it what I want, what I will, and it's got its own vibe. It's got its own vibe.
Well, it's funny you say that because like we were introduced Alien and Aliens at my house at a young age. Like I saw both these films and I'm like, oh my God, that was awesome. Like what else is in this franchise? And my dad was like, well, there's Alien 3, I guess we'll put it on. And I just remember he presented it like it's the worst piece of shit ever. And I think we watched like I think we watched like 20 minutes of it, and he like just pauses it, looks over to me, and he's like, "This sucks, doesn't it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it does, Dad. It's a piece of crap, you know." But I'm like, you know what? Is it that bad? I've sat down with it just by myself, and I'm like, it's not off. I mean, it's a very competently made and very well shot film. If nothing else, I still don't think I love everything they do with Ripley in the movie, but again, I think that's maybe just me. But yeah, I agree. I've kind of, as I've matured, I'm like, I'm coming around to Alien 3. I don't know. It's definitely not terrible by any means. But, Knight, before we wrap this thing up, I know a lot of you guys are probably subscribed to Mr. Night Watch Zone, but please go subscribe to his page.
No,
Knight, do you have any?
There's great stuff in it, man.
Or you might be, are you behind a little bit, my friend?
No, I'm back.
Oh, okay,
Now
okay.
I hear you.
I got so scared. I was like, oh no, he thinks I'm still talking about Alien 3. I feel bad.
No, no.
Guys, clearly we have had the best, just most efficient stream on this page ever. But no, I'm just fucking with you. Guys, Knight, let me ask you this. What are you do you have any crazy streams coming up tomorrow or this weekend?
We're just continuing trying to do a lot of stuff for spooky season. We're going to be doing a watch party tomorrow night at some point, depending on work, for Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. And so that'll be a lot of fun. And then next week, I'll probably be streaming almost every night.
Oh, wow, dude. Hell yeah. I mean, it's the time of the year, right? It's just time to do it.
Yeah, that's right. It is. It really is. But it's fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, absolutely. I'm really excited for some more streams. We're gonna have another Killzone stream next week over on Knight's page. So please go subscribe if you're not. And we'll be talking more horror movies then. And it's gonna be fun. It's always fun when we get together, man. If nothing else. So I love it.
That is so true. I love it too, man.
Hell yeah, very good stuff. Guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. I greatly appreciate you all a ton. Go subscribe to Knight's page, and we'll be live tomorrow on this page as well, doing a little ranking stream. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out. Guys, so much love again. Thank you for being here. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.
Woo!
Woohoo!